Hi, this is Joseph Arthur. Thanks for checking out Come to Where I'm From. Please support us on Patreon, patreon.com/come to where I'm from. We are an independent podcast, and any contributions you can make are greatly appreciated.
Hey.
Nice to see you again.
You too. It's been a while.
Check 1, 2.
When you guys say again, when did you guys last see each other?
We wrote a song or two together.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
What?
With
This week?
With
No,
Liam.
no. Grandma.
With Grandma.
That was in the summertime, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I moved. I don't live there anymore.
I heard.
Yeah, I'm in Brooklyn now.
How do you like it?
I love it.
Brooklyn's fun.
Where are you? Upper East Side? Mm-hmm. How do you like it?
I like it. All my friends live up there, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah, why'd you pick there? Because all your friends?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Where did you live before that?
St. Louis.
Is that where you grew up?
No, I was born in Japan, then I lived in Florida, and then I lived in Germany, and then I moved to St. Louis. So everywhere.
How come you moved around so much?
My dad was in the military.
Oh.
Yeah.
Usually the case.
That's usually the case.
What did he do in the military?
I sound like such a bad daughter. I don't know. But no, he was in the Air Force, and he oversees a lot of people. It's more of like a desk job, more so than him like actually going out and stuff like that. So
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
No danger.
no danger.
No danger at the desk. Except for your own mind.
Exactly. But yeah, no, he's about to retire soon, so he's all set.
And is your mom and dad still together?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They've been together about like 22 years now. So happy.
What does she do?
She was just like a housewife. But then she like started her own business by helping like Japanese ballet dancers come audition like in Europe. And so she does like all their paperwork, and so she's in the ballet world. So yeah.
And she's Japanese?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It makes me half. So my dad's white and I'm half Japanese. Yeah.
I was going to ask the stupid question, what army, when you said army? I didn't know if he was Japanese or not.
Yeah, no, he's
The American army.
white.
How did they meet?
So he was actually in Hawaii for a work trip, and she was on vacation in Hawaii, and they were at like the same bar, and he was like, hey, she's like, I don't speak English. So he kept flirting with her, and then he actually like ended up taking her out, and he was stationed in Japan, so they were able to see each other, and then just kind of evolved from there.
Isn't that wild, the randomness of
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Like,
It's crazy.
It's so random.
Yeah, that was so long ago.
Fueled by alcohol.
Yeah, probably. Most likely. For sure. On his side, at least.
I'm alive because of alcoholism. Literally, like my
feel
mom went to a bar and because her roommate was an alcoholic and she went with the roommate, and that's where my mom and dad met. They wouldn't have met otherwise.
Otherwise, I mean, some good things come out of, everything, I guess.
It's just funny when you think your whole existence is like because of alcoholism.
That's the origin story of half
God.
the population.
Pretty much, yeah. We're not
In the
special.
bar, I was
like-
drunk, she was drunk. Here you are.
Exactly.
But a lot of people, like, I don't know, their life like melded them together, not just by a random,
Right, complete random bar.
completely
Yeah.
random,
Like they grew up together, or it was like they went to school together,
Right.
or something like that. Yeah, no.
We were high school sweethearts.
Not that. Oh, God. That always scares me.
Do you have any siblings?
I have an older sister. She's, 14 months older than me, so we kind of look like twins, but she lives in Florida. She does graphic design, just totally different from me, but yeah.
Doesn't she want to get on the TikTok scene after seeing what you're doing with it?
She
If I were her, I would. I'd be like, yo, let me make some videos.
It's funny actually, because she has like, I don't know, like 60,000 followers on TikTok.
That's big to me.
Yeah, that's like actually like a
As
big
a
chunk.
result of you Or is
kind of. So like she actually
Right.
makes a lot of videos about like gaming and like her cat, but then everyone kept like saying like, you kind of look like SALINA KILLA. You know who that is? And she's like, I'm related to her. That's my sister. Unfortunately, yeah. And
Why unfortunately?
No.
begrudgingly.
Right.
No,
oh,
but-
just because.
I assume there's rivalry. Listen, I don't know the situation.
Sibling
I assume there's
rivalry.
rivalry.
Maybe not.
When one
No.
sibling is in the business, whatever business it may be, and the other one kind of enters it, it's always like their followers seep this way a little.
Yeah,
Kind
but
of.
everybody's in social media nowadays.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's like,
She has her own following, like people that just know her and they don't even know I exist.
She's
Right.
not
But-
SALINA KILLA too.
No, she could have been. It would have been funny, but no. And my mom also has a TikTok, and she has like 24,000 followers,
Damn.
which is crazy. She literally posts like videos of her cooking. It's the cutest thing, but it's kind of cringy, but I love it because it's just like my mom. Really
why is it cringy?
Because she doesn't know how to like edit, and she misspells words sometimes because she doesn't know, like, she knows English practically perfectly, but like sometimes when it comes to spelling, she doesn't really know.
But that's cute.
It's so cute. It's so
Right.
cute. I love
She
it.
doing
It's
Japanese dishes?
That's more
Yeah.
cute than cringe. That could be a
that,
whole.
that's better. Yeah,
more
that's a
cute,
better.
Cute or cringe. That
Sorry,
could be
Mom.
a TikTok thing, right?
Cute or cringe. Yeah.
Cute or cringe?
Is your mom on social?
I don't think so. I mean,
I understand her. My mother is on Facebook.
yeah. I
When
mean,
she
I
comments
think my
on
mom
my
is on it,
photos,
yeah.
I love my mother, but I'm like, oh, mom,
Mm-hmm.
why you have to like post that comment?
Why? What does she say?
She's just, you know,
Being
she's
a mom.
not- she's a mom, you
Yeah.
know?
Saying mom stuff.
Yeah,
Mom
mom
stuff.
stuff that you don't need on your
Yeah.
on your deep photo.
No, my mom is on social media, but like in Instagram, she's kind of incognito.
Oh, that's good.
She has an incognito name, which is weird. I'm not gonna, sorry,
Don't
mom.
out her.
She's gonna listen to this for sure.
Right. Shout
But
out Linda.
It is a weird random name, but and I think she's on Facebook with her real name,
Oh, okay.
but I never go on Facebook.
I never go on Facebook.
I
ever.
mean, I post on it through Instagram.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the one like social media platform I just do not use.
Well, it's
ever.
older people. It's
Yeah.
like,
It used to be like such a big thing, and then Instagram and like TikTok and like Twitter.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what about Talk House? Are you on that?
I've never heard of Talk
What's
House.
that?
That's the new one. I just got on it. I don't understand it, but
But I'm on it.
I'm on it.
Like LinkedIn. I don't know how it works, but I'm there.
Talk
And a lot of
Now.
people are on it. Let me see. Let me see if I might be wrong about what it's called.
Are you trending there, Joe?
Yeah.
I'm trending nowhere, unfortunately. Let's see. Talk. Maybe I'm wrong about it. Well, let me look at. Sorry.
I should have
No,
asked
you're
Colin
good.
about it.
It's called Clubhouse.
Oh,
Ah.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah.
Yes, because I know
think
my
Carmen
manager was
might be
talking
on
about it.
Clubhouse.
Yeah, and it's like, I guess like
Isn't
You-
it for like music people though, or is it just kind of like?
I think it's for everybody.
Everyone? Okay.
Yeah, just like all of them. You know, and then I guess you get into you start a chat with like multiple people, and if you're huge, like a bunch of people are listening, and you're literally talking. Like it's your voice.
Oh, that would scare me.
It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
But they're all weird at first.
I guess so. That's true. I mean, TikTok was super cringy in the beginning, so it could blow up, you know.
Well, I have like TikTok. I have so much TikTok regret.
Really?
Yeah, because I found out about it like a long time ago, writing with Grandma, and then his manager Donnie Graves. Shout out Donnie Graves. He said he told us about it, and we both started doing it at the same time. I made like one, and then never did anything with it. I could have been there early, like you know, even like researching you a little bit and how you just started in Japan.
Yeah.
Just making like not even with you and
Yeah, just showing off Japan, which was great because everybody liked it because it was just like showing off another culture that they didn't know. And it was about my grandma, and now it completely flipped.
right. And that's the thing with creativity is it's like, you know, like just start and then the thing
It
unfolds.
comes out. Yeah, exactly.
Like I was just watching an old interview with Sly Stallone where he was like he went to go get an acting audition, and then they were like, well, we don't have anything for you, but if you have a script idea, we'll look at it. So he had this little window of opportunity, and he went home and in 3 days,
Wrote Rocky.
he wrote the outline of it.
Yeah,
like he
that's
did, like,
crazy.
but like that's like I think of that all the time. It's like you just gotta like start things.
Yeah, because you never know where it's gonna end up.
You never know where it's gonna end up.
And then you won't be filled with regrets.
Which I currently am. but maybe like Talk House or whatever. I can't,
You never know.
Club,
Yeah, but
Clubhouse.
like people blow up on TikTok like all the time for absolutely nothing, so you don't even know anymore.
Right, like the guy with the skateboard and the cranberry juice.
Yeah, he went crazy viral.
I mean, but he's so good at it.
Yeah.
Right?
He's just like a happy-go-getting guy, and then I think I'm actually, what's that cranberry juice company? I can't remember.
Ocean Spray.
Ocean Spray. They like bought them a car because they like did
a car
whole
filled with Ocean Spray.
Yeah, but there's like
a
keep the
pickup.
car. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, it's nothing. I mean, he blew that company up. They should have bought him like 8 cars and a plane.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. I just think it's so cool, like that. Like this new media is like a new art form, and you happen to be really good at it.
I don't know about that.
No, but you are.
Thank you.
I mean,
It is,
and like that guy's really good at it. Like I get why he blew up, even though it's random, but his energy is good.
it's good energy.
Yeah.
I don't know. TikTok, I think it opened up a lot of doors for people. And then on the other side, it's like creatively like fun just because you can actually view what's going on instead of just like Instagram. It's just not just a picture. So people can like be more engaged with it, if that makes sense.
What do you mean?
Like, so, and especially for music. TikTok is like huge with music now where
See,
it's,
I lost it.
you know,
What?
you can still do it.
I can still
you
do
can
it?
still do it.
All right, maybe that's what
Like,
this is about.
For example, like my friend, she's like a signed artist. She's great, Jordana. Shout out to you because she's great. But she just posted a video the other day, just singing along to her song, and I already got like 10,000 likes. And she looked at her streams, and she got 12,000 streams that day,
That's
just from
crazy.
that one video. And she doesn't even have over like 1,000 followers. Like she's fairly small, and people when they like it and they hear something good, they're just gonna run towards it. So it doesn't matter when you start.
Yeah, but what if you're an old person like me?
You're cool, though. You're
I'm
cool.
a cool old person.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No, but like, I think there's no limit. I think anyone. There's literally grandmas on TikTok, and she like goes on there and she just shows off her outfit, and she's like, "Here's my outfit today. Thank guys," and she's like has 1 million followers probably.
Right.
She's just being her. So I think there's no limit. You can just do it.
Yeah.
You just got to do it though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You
I
gotta
think-
keep on doing it
And
too.
can you
That's-
do live music, or does she's singing along to one of her released tracks, or she's lip syncing?
She's like lip syncing to her song, but she can, if she wants to, you can literally press record and just play her own song. You could, pretty much do that. Like you can do whatever you want.
Right.
It's pretty easy. I mean, I haven't done too much music stuff on TikTok because it always scares me because people don't like TikTok musicians, which is weird. But yeah, you can kind of do whatever.
What do you mean people don't like TikTok musicians?
So I don't know why. All of a sudden, like now, every single like popular TikToker has decided to release music. And I mean like very big, like even tens of millions of followers. And they release like a song that's pretty good. But they get a bunch of followers and streams because they have such a huge following. So it's
Right.
more of like a cash grab than it is like actually like wanting to make music. So I think I got clumped in with that because everyone's like, well, just because you're on TikTok doesn't mean you have to make music. I'm like, I didn't do it because of TikTok, but thank you for letting me know. So it's weird.
And how did the music go so far? Like,
I mean, I think it's going well on my end. I'm really enjoying it.
She wrote a song with you, didn't she?
Yeah.
yeah, it's good.
Success right there, Poppy.
Mile high.
Mile High. People love, I think that was like,
Is it out?
it's
Yeah,
out.
it's out.
It's
Where
out
can
on,
people get it?
on
all-
TikTok.
On TikTok.
Apparently.
On TikTok. But you can get it on all streaming platforms, I think.
Under your name?
Under my name, SALINA KILLA.
And oh, nice.
It's pretty fun. That was really fun, though.
Did
That
you,
was
Did you
fun.
produce or sing or play or what?
We all co-wrote.
Yeah, we all
and
co-wrote, just
I think
kinda-
Grandma maybe handled most of the production.
But you wrote like I think you did like
A lick,
something.
I wrote
Guitar.
some hooks.
some
Yeah,
hooks.
yeah.
I was up in there. for
We were all
sure.
just vibing. It was very
Yeah.
nonchalant, which
It
is
was
like
at my place
great.
in the East Village.
Good times.
Yeah, my new spot's bigger, so now I have like a dedicated studio room.
Oh, that's great.
So if when Grandma comes back, we should write another hit.
He is coming back soon, so that's
what he keeps saying.
I'm forcing him to come. He has to come.
Do you write often with other people?
Yeah. So
just curious what the experience is writing with like a seasoned music. If that happens often, what they bring to your universe.
It's so weird because like I only started like my music journey maybe like about a year ago, and it was very just happened. And the first person I wrote with was Liam. And Hanzo, I don't know if you know Hanzo.
I know of him through Liam. I never worked with him though.
And I worked with Mark Johnson, and then I worked with Ginseng, who's part of Dream Ivory, and 50 Grand, and Calbender, and Illusion, who's like a TikTok musician, and Savage Gas, like just a bunch of different like types of.
But how?
Just through my management. Also because I became friends with these people through TikTok. So like Savage Gasp, Illusion, I met them way before I even did music, and we were friends. And then they found out I could sing, and they're like, "Oh, hey, you want to like sing together sometime?" I'm like, "Okay, cool." And we would write some stuff. And I actually have a song coming out with them in like April, I think, with Gasper and Illusion and Valentine, and they're all like kind of from TikTok too. But yeah, just my management.
So that's like a TikTok super group.
Kind of, yeah. Which is like crazy. But
that's wild.
Fascinating. It's like it's a whole universe all on its own with its own superstars and producers, and there should be a TikTok label, I assume, or
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if someone already started it, because it's like all these musicians are blowing up from TikTok, and they're now like, you know, they have a viral song on TikTok and they just get like signed super easily. So
it's wild. The old way of doing things is just out the window.
Oh, I know. It's so weird though. Like even for me to like start making music, it was just because I put a song on TikTok, didn't put it anywhere else, just for fun. And then my friend Illusion found it, sent it to his manager because they wanted to do like a whole remix with it. And they didn't really tell me. And then the manager called me and he was like, "Hey, these people want to do a remix. I don't think we should do a remix. I think we should just work with you. Do you want to be an artist?" I said, "Okay." They flew me out to LA like the next week, and I just made a bunch of songs with Liam, and we just clicked really soon. So
how'd you get hooked up with him?
Through who is it? My manager, Jeff. He was just like, "I know this kid. He's really cool. I think you guys would vibe." And we were only supposed to have like one session to see how it would go. And then I was so nervous. I'm like, what if he doesn't want me for any more sessions? But then we did one song, and he's like, "Okay, next section, we're going to make like, 10 more songs." I was like,
he is
okay.
so fast with production.
So fast.
He's like, shout out Liam, aka Grandma. Yeah, I love him too.
He's so talented.
He's really talented.
And he calmed me down because it was like the first time I was ever in a real studio. And he was just like, "We're going to make a really, really bad song and it'll be okay. Like, no pressure." And it turned out being great. So
that's such a good approach.
Yeah.
Like when you actually, Peter Gabriel told me that one time, you should approach something like try to make it bad.
And then when it turns out good.
Well, because it's freeing.
Exactly.
And it's like, it's probably the same thing when you make like TikTok videos. If you overthink it,
it never works out.
It doesn't work.
Ever.
Yeah. So when you first started just like documenting Japan, and then when did you go like, oh, let me try? What was the first thing that went kind of like big, or like how did the shift happen?
So yeah, I kind of realized that I can't make any more Japan content because I have to go back home because I was only there for vacation. So I just kind of did like makeup videos or whatever, and nothing was really sticking. And then this is like when the trend like e-boys were really popular. I don't know if you know what that is.
I don't.
It's like it's basically like a emotional boy where they like wear makeup and dark clothes and they're like really edgy. But all these guys were like blowing up for being e-boys when they did absolutely nothing. Like they would just stand there and they're hot, right?
Just be hot and emotional.
And
shirtless?
Hot
shirtless,
and dark.
shirtless,
There we go.
and
That's
like
the key.
mysterious. And I got really annoyed.
And do
with
nothing?
it.
Just like stare at
They're just like
Just being sad and hot.
like that. Literally.
sad and hot goes a long way,
It's-
dude.
It works, but like
just works,
it works. But I was getting annoyed because like
oh my God.
there was also e-girls, and e-girls are like they wear like very funky makeup and they're very like cute but like edgy too. And I dress like sometimes pretty androgynous, like depends. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be the new e-boy king, like as a joke. And then that video.
So it was like a parody.
It was kind of like a parody, but everyone took it really seriously. So I just kept going with it. And I'm like, I'm sorry that I'm just doing it better than the guys. And I don't have to have my shirt off. So I was like, I would just dress how I normally dress. And people were like, wow, she's so different. And then it just kind of like turned into like making my own characters. And then I would do like Halloween videos, and I would put like fake blood in my mouth and do like scary horror stuff. And then like also dance videos and singing and like just whatever I wanted. It just kind of blew up into this whole brand.
So all this creativity coming out of you, was this like sort of an ecstatic thing, or had you been creative before, or did it unlock creativity?
So before TikTok and everything, I used to be like a ballet dancer and trained classically for like 17 years. So I was very much like in the arts. And then once I quit that, because I was like, it's not for me. And then I actually went to film school and was like trying to be, I don't know, like a director or something.
I think you really still could. I mean, like watching your stuff, it like the editing is great. Like that's a big key, and not everybody has that ability.
I think going to like classes for film and just like watching a bunch of movies, editing, learning how to color grade, that like they just helped me so much with like my TikToks. And I think that's, I don't know how to explain it, but I've always been creative, just my whole life.
So, but this is probably like,
I'll just like push it out. Like
pushed it out. Yeah,
definitely.
You found like, oh, this is like a great vehicle for me.
Yeah, and then music also helped with that too. I was like, oh, this is it. So.
And what kind of editing do you use? Editing software and then import it in, or do you edit it in TikTok?
So a lot of my stuff, almost I would say like 99% of my stuff is edited like in TikTok.
Right.
They make it so easy now.
It's so easy.
I have a 10-year-old.
She's obsessed.
We
tried to get her to. I thought she should come here.
Yeah, but she didn't know you. She didn't follow you.
No.
Oh my God.
She's all into dancing. And when I first heard of TikTok, I assumed it was only dancing, and that's all it was for. And she follows Charlie D'Amelio and all the usual suspects and is obsessed with them. But then when she showed me what she was doing. Where I gave the seal of approval on my end as a dad was I was seeing the edits she was making and the level of creativity that it was demanding of her that she was putting into it blew my mind, because I'm an editor and I could never do stuff like that without software and learning. And she was like, Daddy, can you buy me this editing software for transitions? And I was like, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's amazing.
That's
And
so great.
It gave me so much joy. Like, I don't know how much there's the negative side of TikTok, which we might.
Are you letting her post now?
She posts privately, so only her friends follow her.
But that's okay.
And I don't want her to do that, but I love the crazy transitions, editing, filters, effects, all the stuff I still struggle with now on my software. She's doing it by herself. That's
wild.
So that's the huge thing where I support TikTok is the creativity is on a level that you and me would have never comprehended at 10 years old.
It's really fun. I mean, I would spend hours trying to get like the right transition and trying to get the right like color placement, everything like that.
On one video?
On one video. I think the longest I took on a video was probably like 2 hours, because I had to do like probably like 30 transitions in the whole video. And it's just like, you just have to keep trying and trying and trying and trying until you get like the perfect one. But now, because I'm kind of like an expert at it, it takes me like, if I really need to spend time, I'll take like maybe 10, 15 minutes and I can get it done.
Just like you tweaking a song.
Right. Yeah. What about Reels? Is that the same thing?
Reels. So I don't know how much I can actually talk about it, because I'm actually like, I have a manager within Instagram. They want to, Reels is not TikTok.
But it's inspired by TikTok. Right?
I'm not saying anything.
I mean,
I don't even know what it is.
I barely know.
I'm only saying this because I don't want to get in trouble.
I got you, but just wink if it is.
But like, I do. What's crazy though with Instagram now, if you post Reels, that gets so many more views and like pictures. like constantly posting
Yeah,
reels.
Why does that? That's
think-
true with me too, because I was doing it with art. Like I would just like pick a song, and then like a painting like that, I would just like do like little bits, and it was I was having so much fun with it. It was a good way of kind of giving you a like what looking at art is actually like, because you scan and you look at different sections, and you kind of do that for the person rather than just like a stagnant picture.
Yeah, I think they're just pushing reels, and I think it just the same thing with TikTok. Like when you see a video, you kind of like captured by it more so than like a picture now, I feel like. So like pushing those reels, and also like Instagram stories, like that's why those stuck around, because everyone just likes to see what you're doing.
Well, with stories though too, there's not the pressure of how many likes did I get, because that shit bugs you, you know. It's like, and it's hard to just ignore it. I try to ignore it, but you know, it's.
I thought there was an update where they don't show like the likes anymore.
But you see the likes.
Oh, I guess so. I never noticed. I try not to. I just don't focus on numbers anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I just don't care. Once I do that, I get crazy and very analytical. So I'm just like, if this gets 1,000 likes, I don't care. I'm happy.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
What if it gets
like
1,000
would be a lot for me.
Right.
I would be stoked with 1,000. It's all relative.
It's negative. It's like the mental health issues.
Oh, definitely.
Well, yeah, a lot of people are
come from
tortured by
that
it.
Are just like.
That's why I would say
it's a
like,
huge fear to me.
It's a popularity contest.
It is, and that's why
know?
I'm like, for your daughter, I'm like, yeah, don't have her post publicly. Just don't.
I know, but
Like,
she's already like
pushing for
her
it.
friend.
Eventually,
some superstar followed her friend, and now like
doesn't matter.
I know, but
to a 10-year-old, it matters. I mean, and actually, to like even adults care. Like, let's face it, everybody does.
It's so scary.
Yeah, it's
Even, like I've seen little kids have TikTok accounts, and they're saying some vile things to me, and I'm like, if your parents ever saw you talk like this,
what do they say?
It's always like making fun of my appearance or my gender. I think those are like the biggest things, which I didn't.
What's the problem with either one of those?
My point exactly. I think because for the longest time, because I called myself E-Boy King, everyone thought I was a boy, which I was like, well, if men can call themselves queens, which they do, women should be able to call themselves kings. It doesn't really matter. And just like tomboy, E-Boy doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. They got offended that you called yourself a boy.
Yeah,
but don't identify as one.
But it wasn't even like boy; it was E-Boy, which is like basically a trend word to describe a basic like style.
Yeah.
So, because I'm like, I don't dress like a E-girl, which is weird. They're very, very, very cutesy, and I don't dress like that. So, yeah, I don't know. People bullied me for that, and also my looks. Pretty much.
Looks. I mean, you're good looking.
Thank you.
I'm not flirting. I'm just stating a fact.
For those of you just listening,
she's very attractive.
I am. No,
but is it like, to quote Stan Lee, with great power comes great responsibility when you have that many followers, and I'm assuming a third of them are the age of my daughter maybe. When somebody does that, do you just ignore? Do you ever engage, or what responsibility do you feel to be,
I think there are certain comments that I've had that was like very nasty, especially towards like gender or making fun of like my gender or something like that, and I would actually speak out about that and be like,
I don't understand making fun of somebody's gender.
It's
the internet.
It's the internet.
Fun of everything.
Like they find reasons, but like sometimes I will speak out about it, and it's not so much being like super serious. I'll just be like, I just laugh at the comment, and then that actually makes them more mad, but that's on them.
Yeah, well, that's good.
But
like,
it's like, I don't care.
Psychological jujitsu or whatever. Like, that's what you don't want to react. But do you ever block people?
Oh, I've blocked people before. I remember like I would do live streams on TikTok, and people would say like the N-word or anything, like big slurs, and I would just instantly block them. I wouldn't care. Right. And there would like, some people would DM me on different social media platforms and be like, why did you block me? I'm like, because you're either being racist, homophobic, or
mean.
Just mean. So I'm like, that's it. Like, I don't block people just willy-nilly. I do it for a specific reason if they're just going to be nasty.
Yeah, like it's your house, and if somebody comes into your house and takes a dump, it's like you can't come over anymore.
Sorry, man. You're uninvited. That's not how it works.
Yeah. So what was it like when you first started going viral, like what's like that? What did it feel like to just suddenly be famous?
Like, well, I still don't consider myself famous.
Or
you know what I mean?
Or
But
famous in that way.
I think like it was a weird sense of responsibility because it's like, oh, I have all these eyes on me, and it like didn't really click for me because I was just having fun, like doing videos. Like I was, it was more crazy when actual like brands and people started like reaching out to me to like do collabs or promotions and like working together. And then also like me having a manager within Instagram and a manager within TikTok and
you have
my
two
own
different managers
because they work within the app. So it's like I have those people, and then I have my actual managers who do like my social media stuff and my music stuff, which is like Jeff and Janice. But like even having connections like that, I think that was like the moment I was like, whoa.
What is a TikTok? What is a TikTok manager?
Well, it's
within the app.
Do they review what you post? And
no, it's more like they'll just tell me about new features that we have, or if I have any questions, or for example, if I got like banned on my live stream on accident, like one time on my live stream,
it's
they
like
thought
customer support
kind of
from within TikTok.
but like they also send me gifts, so it's like for being like a creator with them, they send me gifts and sometimes promotions,
PR, TikTok
sort of.
PR.
And it's like if I have any issues, I can directly hit their line, but like that's only with like a certain amount of people because they don't let everybody in their like creator program or
okay. So
management team.
if you go viral on TikTok or Instagram, then somebody from those companies deals with you directly.
And how soon did that happen?
I mean, I think the TikTok one happened really soon when I was like 600,000 followers, or yeah, that was still like big back then, but not that big now. And yeah, they helped me. I was supposed to go to like a concert. They were going to have me like meet artists backstage, but then COVID happened and all that stuff. So I couldn't, or I would do like promotions through them. And then Instagram happened a little bit later. And that one, she just like told me basically all the new features, if I have any questions, anything like that, pushing for me.
So Instagram also assigns something like that after a certain amount of followers?
I don't know what the criteria is, if it's like signing people. You know?
No, I didn't know that happened.
I think each social media platform, like if you're big enough on YouTube, you will have someone that you can directly contact.
Pick the phone up and call.
Exactly. Because like, and I know some people like in Instagram, but it's not to the level where maybe like Charli D'Amelio knows people at TikTok.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because she knows probably like the main people because she's the number one.
She's got the CEO
on dial. Like no, so it's a different layers, but it's more like I guess you could say like customer service. But and I know they don't pick everyone for Instagram. It's just like a certain aesthetic in how you use your Instagram and stuff like that. So.
Now you're starting a YouTube channel too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've had one for a while. I just never was consistent because I was juggling like 3 different platforms already. So, but since I'm in New York, I hired an editor. So we're going to like start doing that weekly and just have a bunch of like YouTube videos out, which is exciting.
How'd you get the editor?
Talia, you met her.
Oh, really? She's doing it.
Yeah, she's actually a film student. So she knows how to like edit everything. She's edited my past couple of videos. And so I was like, I'll just hire you and just pay you and we can make money together. So it's good.
I want to get an editor too.
What have I been doing for the last 12 years?
No, but I'm saying like somebody, because I want to start a YouTube. I want to do YouTube videos like vlogs and other kind of creative outlets. I'm like,
put it on your Instagram story. You'd be surprised by the amount of people that would probably just hit you up and be like, I'd love to edit for you. Even if you're like able to pay them just a little bit, they're more than happy than that. Like you can probably just hit up anyone on Instagram.
Because it's the editing that takes forever. It's like, but the other part, like if I could just give somebody like a general idea and then give them content and then they came up with
you could find somebody on Fiverr probably that would just do it.
Okay, so how would you put it on your Instagram story to find an editor?
I would just like put like a post to be like, hey, I'm looking for an editor. I don't know if you want like pay them and stuff and be like, it'd be this much and this is the rates or whatever. Or if it's like, if you want help, I don't know, like just like kind of like do a little ad page. Because I mean, even for me, like if I needed help somewhere and be like, hey, is there any photographers in LA? And I would get like 50 DMs of people be like, I would shoot you for free, please. I'm like, okay. Cool.
Well, I guess we're on a podcast right now. So
Yeah.
Shout out to any editors. I can't say that word.
I can't say it either. Editors. But
Editor.
And speech therapists in New York City. Or Brooklyn. Or any of the 5 boroughs. Mm-hmm. Or does it even have? I mean, I guess you could upload it.
It can be, because there's WeTransfer,
Yeah.
there's Dropbox. Even when I was living in St. Louis and Talia was like in New York, I would just send her all the stuff. She would edit it, and I would just upload it. So you don't even have to be in New York.
What kind of cameras do you use?
I have a Canon 80D.
Right here.
Yeah. And I don't really have a good mic right now, so I'm just using the camera mic, but I have like a little fuzzy thing to like, fix up the... I don't know how to explain it. I don't know
Your first
terms.
investment should be in a microphone.
I know. Every time I was given that camera, so I was like, this is good enough. I'll deal with this. But I need to buy a good mic just for recording, but also recording music and stuff.
But you started with your phone probably, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, my whole life I've had like cameras around, because that's how I also used to do like dance photography for people. So I would always just film on this like random camera I would have. I started like back when I lived in Germany, my YouTube channel, and then it has like, I don't know, like 13,000 followers. It's not like crazy, but yeah, I just post random dumb videos.
Sauce with Selena.
Yeah, that was like,
one.
oh god, that was so weird. I felt like such a kid there, but I was still, was I 21 when I filmed those?
Is that
I don't know.
cooking video?
No, I was getting drunk and just talking about
Oh,
things.
that kind of sauce. Okay.
Yeah,
Talking
but I
about
did
being
cooking
half
videos.
Japanese. Yeah.
That was fun, and I would do like sometimes makeup tutorials. But like now that I'm in New York, I have an idea for doing like a day in a life in New York, but making fun of the people that like glamorize New York so much.
Well, Liam was telling me about this guy on HBO who's got this new show where he's just like filming like random New York people and like giving commentary.
That's hilarious.
That's inspiring, I think.
Oh, that's great.
Do you what are you like? Do you watch what's his name? Casey
Neistat?
Yeah. What do you think of his stuff?
I used to watch him a long time ago, right when he had like started doing his vlogs, and that's like what he's like known for now.
Right.
I think he's really cool. I haven't seen much of his recent stuff, but like, yeah, he was crazy with his editing, especially when he like laid out his like day plan and how much time it took for him, like when he woke up to edit, to film, to spend time with family, to work at his like company. He barely got any sleep, and he would wake up at like 3 a.m. every day
and run like 10 miles.
Run 10 miles.
No,
like,
he's super inspiring.
No, he's so cool. Also, he had a show on HBO. Also, I believe that's also.
I think before he blew up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's so weird. It's like getting over your own fear of creativity and your own fear of putting yourself out there. And do you go through like emotional ups and downs where sometimes you just like, because sometimes I'm just asking this because it happens to me where a lot of times I'll post and overpost and just feel fine and not really care. And then other times I just hate myself.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't like even fathom posting.
Asking for a friend, Poppy.
Yeah. What does that happen to you? Anything like that?
All the time. Especially like because okay, so there's 2 separate like sides I have, is like Instagram and then TikTok. TikTok, I pretty much have to post every day. That's like my rule. And there's days where I don't want to post, so I just bulk up on filming like the day before or something, or a couple weeks before. So I just have videos when I'm feeling like I can't post that day or like want to make a video, I'll just post an old video. So that's easy. But with my Instagram, I think the highs and lows is like way bigger, because I do like self-portrait like photo shoots for myself, and I create like complete like what's it called? Looks, like do crazy makeup, hair. I'll like shape my hair into like a heart or something like that, which would spend hours and hours and hours, and I could be done with it and then hate myself and not like any of the pictures, take it off, and like just wasted like 4 hours of my day. Right. So like it goes up and down with Instagram, because I'm very
and then look at
picky.
it the next couple days and be like, that wasn't even bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, Instagram, TikTok, I've sort of got over that hump where I'm just like, you know what? Whatever. Like I filmed a video the other day and I got like 3 million likes.
Wow.
And it wasn't even of me. It was my friend, of me like sitting across from him and being like, oh my God, I saw this guy on the train, like as a joke, like he's so handsome. It sucked because the video wasn't even of me. It was of someone else, and that video blew up. So all of my other videos, like, they started doing well, but everyone was like, where's that guy? I'm like, I'm sorry that you followed for the guy, but this is my account. So that also kind of like made me a little moody for a little bit because, yeah. But it was nice to have like a viral video again. But
how often does it take to get a viral video, or how many, and when you don't have one for a while, do you start thinking, it's done?
I think always. I always like, the thing is, what viral means now is very different what viral means before. So having a video with 500,000 likes, that was like viral back like a year ago. But now, if you have a video that's over 1 million likes, that's considered viral. Anything under that is like, okay, it did pretty well. It's good.
Right.
And like my video, sometimes I'll have a video get 500,000 likes, really close to 1 million, or I would get 10,000 likes in a video, which is just weird. And that's like the algorithm of TikTok. Like they'll just pick and choose. But yeah, I do definitely feel like, when I don't have a video that blows up really soon or something like that.
How do you know if you're shadow banned or not?
I don't know. I don't know this answer.
You don't know?
I think when I'm definitely shadow banned, I think right now, because I'm posting videos where I'm like, this is good. And then nothing will happen. And even like if I go live, people won't be able to join my live, or they would be like,
that happened to me yesterday. I did like a live at like a Ho'oponopono Friday, which is a mantra I like a lot. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And several people said they couldn't get on. They tried and it was just black. And that's why I'm saying, like, I was like wondering if I'm shadow banned because
maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. Like, and then you have that one video or one picture that just sets you right again, and then you're fine. And then all your stuff does well. But like sometimes it just like up and down with social media.
That's interesting.
I had a question for him that I asked him a couple of weeks ago, and he was like, Poppy, I don't know. And you're like the perfect person to ask. So common folk who have 1,000 followers, when you have that many followers on TikTok, on Instagram, how do you handle the sheer volume of DMs, or can you even sift through something like that, or it's just like you have to ignore it all?
I think in the beginning it was very overwhelming, but now I'm pretty like consistent with checking everything because like I have a really good relationship with my fans, and I like if they like send me a message or if they bought me a gift or something, I'll make sure to message them. But
you respond to every message?
Not everyone. That's
you clear them all? Like
I
don't
clear them all. No, I just let them sit there because if I do that, there's 100 more that's going to come up. So, but I do go through them and I read through them every day and see if there's anything, like if someone has a question or someone says something or whatever. And if there's someone absolutely wretched to me, I could just block them. Yeah, you'd be surprised with the amount of people that follow me that hate me. And follow me because they want to hate me and see all my stuff, which is crazy. But so I'm like, goodbye.
I saw a meme like yesterday or something, or whatever you call it. It's just words on a thing. So I don't know if that's a meme, but it said, not everybody that follows you is a friend. Some of the followers are security cameras. I was like, I could feel that.
So how much time a day do you spend? So your hours, you're spending hours of your day between platforms and checking and
I don't know.
Every day.
I try my best. I mean, I don't get that much crazy stuff now, but I also look through because a lot of companies will DM me on Instagram and stuff like that too. So I'm like making sure I'm on top of like, if I see a really cool company that wants to work with me that somehow doesn't have my email, I can at least connect through them with Instagram. But with TikTok, I get like mentions is like when people like at you and like they make a video about you or something like that. I look through all of those because one, I don't know if someone's making a video about me that's like in a good way, or they're making fun of me, or if they're saying something nasty, or they're trying to comment about my look or whatever, right?
Have you ever had a beef, like public beef, and like slap back or anything like that?
Not really. Not that I can really remember. I did have one video that I felt so bad. I made a video of me like transforming where I would like look normal and then like I was in a wig in the next like transition, and it was like for Halloween or something like that. So I looked like I don't know, spooky-ish. And this guy duetted that video, and he was like,
What's duetting a video?
it's like
I know the answer to that.
so it's like you have your video and you can duet it, so you're just showing your reaction to that video, but it's all recorded into the app. So
It's like a split screen.
yeah, pretty much. But what he wanted to say, he was like, makeup should be illegal because this isn't fair, because like I looked too different with my makeup on versus like without. So I just like reacted to that video, and I was like, I'm so sorry that you thought I got out of the womb with eyeliner on my face. I'm so sorry. And it was supposed to be a joke. But that video got like 300,000 likes, and all these people like bombarded him. And I felt so bad because I didn't think anybody was going to actually care. But that was the only time. And he like deleted the video. He privated his account.
Uh-oh.
Canceled. He got canceled.
You sent
I
the
know,
Selena
I like didn't.
swarm on
I
him.
felt bad because like I didn't think anyone, when I do like talking videos, like most of the time people don't care because I do like visual effects, right? So I was just messing around, and oh god, it was so bad. I
Well,
felt
it's
so
all in
bad.
your last name, Killa.
Killa, that's not my last name.
Killer.
How'd you come up with that?
That's a funny story. So a while back on Instagram, I was like, Selena loves photos. That was my handle because I was like doing photo shoots and stuff like that. And I was like, that's pretty cringy now. I'm older. I want something cool. And the first thing that popped in my head was Killa, and no reason at all. I was like, okay, Killa. And then when I downloaded TikTok, I was like, I guess I'll just have it the same as my Instagram because I don't know anything cool other than that. So, and everyone thought my last name was Killa for the
It's a
longest
good
time.
name. I mean, Post Malone got
That's
his
true.
name through like rap name software or whatever, like random. Here's a rap name.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't even know
you
that.
grew up in, your date of
That's
birth.
the porn
and
name
then-
or whatever.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta take a leak.
So, how much pressure do you feel that the Instagram managers or the TikTok managers more pressure you to put content out every day? Is it in their best interest that you keep doing it?
They don't talk about that stuff usually. It's more like I can do whatever I want. They just kind of like update me on essentially like new features and stuff like that. They're not like hounding me every day.
It's once a month, like a call
kind of,
or something.
Yeah, it's a call. Usually with Instagram, I have a call. She just tells me about like new things and things that like I could do to like help my page and whatever. And TikTok, it's like they'll tell me like updates within like the app or like certain like maybe events I can go to or something, whatever. But it's just my own personal thing to like post every day because like that's how I just don't like. I think for one whole year, I posted every single day. I did not miss a single day except for maybe.
So where do you draw the line between it becoming an obsession, where you feel like you have to do it, where you say it like you only do it because you enjoy it, but it's a very thin line you walk.
I know.
When it's like a daily chore all of a sudden.
Yeah, I've been better. There was a time where it was definitely like a chore. But now I think because like I've matured like on the app and like know myself better and where I stand, I definitely think that like I'm okay with like not posting for a day. Like if I can't make it, it's whatever. I'm not going to lose 50,000 followers. I don't care. It's just more of like an I don't care. But like I still love making videos. Like I told myself if I ever stopped like making videos, it would be just because I hated it and like I could not stand it. But I still like it. I still love it. I still love creating looks and creating stuff. But
That's like the new art form is
Oh.
makeup.
Makeup.
It's intense.
I love makeup. I love special effects makeup, and that's kind of how I got into like makeup in general too. So I know how to do like scars, cuts, everything.
How does TikTok make money? Are there ads in when you watch?
Yeah.
Because they partner up with like big
No,
corporations.
but I've
and-
never been
So-
on it for real. Like, where are the ads in TikTok?
I think the first video that shows up on the app is usually an ad, and there's actually like just different companies, or they'll use actual TikTokers that are like promoting
promote.
like Walmart
Right, like
or Target
Instagram.
or something kind of like that, right? And it's a video, and you can skip it; you don't have to see it. But another really big way that they used to make money was during these live streams, right? People can gift you things, so they can send you like, what's it called, like
so some
a
weird
gift,
name.
like a spotlight, a drama queen, or something like that, and that could be from like 50 cents to $50. But TikTok takes half of that.
Really?
Yeah. So I remember there was this point in TikTok. Deal. Yeah, it sucks. So everyone would like actually put their Venmo in their account, being like, just if you want to send me money through my Venmo, because TikTok's going to take half of it anyways. Yeah. And I think like the most amount of money I made in like one live stream was like $300. So like technically that would have been $600.
But is the purpose of the live stream to get people to send you money, or
not necessarily? Like at this point, I don't care. Like if people want to send me gifts, I don't ask for gifts. I've never asked for people to like send me donations, please. I think one time I did, if you send me a donation, I will roast you. That's it. Like making fun of you for spending money on me. And I think that was when I got the most money. But that was just because it was funny for the fans, because they wanted me to roast them. But yeah, it just, it's a weird concept. But other than that, I know that they've signed deals with like probably different companies to do campaigns with them. Now there's a creator program. So if you have like a certain amount of views, they'll pay you some money. So, but I don't like the creator program. So I got out of it because I felt like it was like damaging my views.
Why?
Because if you think about it, and I don't know if this is true, this is just like what I saw from my experience. If you're posting a video, right, typically I would get like 100,000 likes and it would be like 450,000 views or something like that. And then I joined this program. Do you really think that they're going to want to like spread out your TikToks? Because that means they're going to have to pay you more. So if you have like, I don't know, a video with like 3 million or 17 million views, they're going to have to pay you a lot of money. So they probably would rather not show your videos to anybody. So they wouldn't have to pay you as much.
So when they talked about banning TikTok, did that freak you out?
They? You mean Trump?
Or yeah,
when
Trump.
He talked about it.
Like I'm very fortunate to be able to be one of those creators that doesn't solely rely on TikTok. Like, although that is where my majority of my following is from, I have Instagram, I have my YouTube, I have my music that I like make money from, and a lot of brand deals come through my Instagram. So I wasn't too worried, like job wise. It would have sucked because I love TikTok. I like watching the videos. It's fun to create. But like, I know people that were petrified because it was their only social media thing that they had, and they relied too much on that to where they just, if it got banned, they would have no money at all.
Well, that happens to a lot of content creators on YouTube, like channels with huge amounts of following and the main income source, where it's like, you know, and then they get deplatformed.
Yep.
It's crazy. It's like to invest that much time and energy into something and
they're just out.
To have it taken away from you. So, but terrifying. Is that off the table now? That or they or Trump? I mean obviously
I
Trump
guess so.
Can't ban anything.
I don't know anything.
But like,
but
yeah.
Who bought it? Some American company.
Probably.
Chipped in. That was the deal.
I don't know.
That was the deal. That some Amazon or one big company had to invest to buy a local server so it wouldn't be in China.
Where do you see things going in the future?
I'm hopefully going to be doing a lot more music stuff, because that's, I think, like my super like main passion. I've realized how much I like want that to be like my job, hardcore. I believe that TikTok is going to be like out, like it's gonna die out at one point. It's like huge now, but like same with every single like social media platform, there's gonna be a dipping point. So I'd rather like, you know, expand or broaden my horizon and do other things. But definitely like music is the main goal for right now.
Well, with music, like, or the way it was anyway, was like we would put out a record like once every 2 years, and that's when we got the feedback whether we were cool or not. Whereas like with like the current mode of social media stardom, it's like every post it's like the pressure of that all the time, to live under that constantly. It's got to be exhausting.
It is scary. I think like especially putting my music on TikTok is like super scary, because there are really mean people on TikTok. But if it doesn't blow up on TikTok, then like hell, where is it going to blow up? Because that's like the one place you can like get your music to really get crazy views and streams. But I don't know. I have a song coming out in like February, which I'm petrified for, because they're all like pushing for it. It's going to be so big, and I'm like, I hope so. We'll see.
What advice could you give to people who want to find success on social media?
Let Let me think about this because I want this to be a good answer.
I do too. I want you to teach me.
I think like the main thing is like you cannot be fake because people, just like everyone else, they will see right through it from the start. Like I never try to pose as like another person or think I have like imposter syndrome. Is that what it's called?
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah, where it's like you put on this like personality just to be online. I'm like, sure, it does happen, but it's like, no, you can't do that because people will see right through you, or you'll become like the butt of the joke where people only view you as a joke. So that's how you get famous, and it's like if that's how you want to live your life. But like, also, I don't know, don't follow trends. Like, don't try to be somebody else. I think that's the main thing because it's like that's also something that everyone will see through, like the basic white girl or like the e-boys or all this stuff. Just create something from yourself, whatever that is. You'd be surprised with the amount of people that love watching wax videos, and that's their whole career. It's just making wax melts. But people enjoy that, and like there's always something you can do.
Right.
So.
Or cutting sand.
Or cutting sand.
So I shouldn't make skateboard videos anymore because I'm just trying to be dog face.
Yes.
If that's your only reason,
No, it's
then
not.
yes.
But everything you said about being yourself and don't be somebody else, TikTok is based on everybody seeing
Doing
what
the
one
same
person
thing.
Yeah.
does and a million videos of the exact same thing.
And I think
that's the platform.
that's the reason why there's certain people who become famous for being like, you know, the trendsetter. But like for me, I follow trends, but I've never followed it to the T. I always like make it my own. Like there was a whole trend about like, I don't know, the number on your head means like how attractive you are to people. And so I put 666 on my head and like had blood coming out of my mouth because I didn't care. But I turned that trend to like be something that I can do and like actually be different. Or I would just do whatever I want and they turn into trends and then it blow up. But I think people care so much about blowing up that they're just going to do what everyone else does because they think that's what's going to help them. When like in actuality, sure, you're going to get famous for being like everyone else, but like are actual like creative people going to see you as someone creative, if that makes sense?
No. The answer is no.
It's a skill to be able to be yourself on camera. It's like it's an unnatural thing anyway, talking into a camera. I mean, it used to be. I think I think we're evolving into that's like, you know, it used to be super embarrassing to like just be sitting there like doing that, and there is still some embarrassment in it, but less and less all the time.
I've never felt that ever since I like started filming myself or like had people film me, or like I think it's just because of my mom because she always made me take pictures everywhere. Like we have albums, so I was like everywhere we go I'd be like a little bit embarrassed, but like I was used to having a camera in my face, so it's like there's some people like that, but I'm like I was never scared. I just didn't care.
What do your folks think about what you do?
I think my mom was very excited. She wrote down all of my like stats every day when I first started. Like
but that's too much pressure too.
It was, but like also like
that's
I
like
used
a
to
baseball
be.
dad.
I know
or
that.
You know.
The thing is, I used to be a ballet dancer, so she was very supportive of that too. She was like,
that's stressful
Japanese. That's a
too.
Japanese mom for you. Like that's just like our culture. She's very into it. She will be very pushy, but like if it weren't for her, I don't think I would have the work ethic that I have now, to where I'm always like going. But my dad, he was like, whatever makes you happy, cool. But now, like since I moved to New York, they're like, oh, this is like real. Wow, this is crazy. And then I had like a feature in a magazine, and they're like on print, and they're just like, that you're like real. This is like a real thing. I'm like, yeah.
You're a celebrity.
I wouldn't say that though.
But when your folks see like you in a magazine, because they're old school, I'm assuming, so that kind of like registers more probably.
Oh, definitely. It was weird when I told them, I'm like, yeah, I'm making music now. I'm getting flown out to LA. Hey, I'm gonna move to New York because I have a bunch of business propositions and stuff here. So yeah, they were really excited, and they were very, very proud of me, and they pushed me really hard to work hard. So.
And are you loving New York or what?
I love New York. I fell in love like the first time that I came here was for a photo shoot for like Sperry, and I never cared about coming to New York because I like lived all around the world, so I was like, it's New York. And then I fell in love with the city like instantaneously, and then I met like my friends that I know here now, and I was like, yeah, I like New York way better than LA. by a long shot.
What about as compared to Japan?
Japan will always hold a very special place in my heart because that's where all of my family is. I think the way of life is a lot different, but it's kind of like even for me. And also I haven't been in New York long enough, like lived here long enough to like know how I feel, but Japan is perfect.
And you've come in the height of a pandemic. So.
I know. I waited, I was supposed to move a year ago, and that's when COVID really hit like crazy. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait. And then I kept getting job offers and things that I had to do and come to New York for. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna stay here for a couple of months, quarantine, literally not go anywhere, but at least get my work done. And then it just came to the point where I was kept getting jobs in New York, and I was like, okay, I have to move. So I just planned it out, and I quarantined for a month in my mom's house just to make sure I didn't get anyone sick, and got tested and was like, okay, we're good, let's move. So
that's cool. So musically, what are your main influences? Who are your favorite artists? Do you like any older artists?
I do. I kind of jump. I used to listen to a lot of jazz. Etta
You ever
Jones.
listen to Bob Dylan?
Bob Dylan, yeah. I was big fan of the Trogs and the Beatles, which you don't really hear in my music at all, but I grew up listening to them, and The Cure from my dad. But as of right now, I love Phoebe Bridgers. It's not even so much her singing voice, because I love it. It's more for lyricism, so I focus on a lot of artists that push lyricism over just hitting high notes or something like that. But Phoebe Bridgers is huge. FK Twigs. Trying to think if I know anybody.
You should hear this guy's lyrics.
Oh, I know. I've listened to your music too.
Come on, dude.
It's I've literally worked with him.
We've worked
I know.
together.
Joking, because you said Phoebe and lyrics.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy.
I'm trying to think. I'm always bad with names. That's also something.
Right.
I've also been really into hyperpop, which is weird.
What's hyperpop?
You know what hyperpop is?
I don't know. I don't know the name. But I'm assuming
do you know
it's fast pop.
Do you know 100 Gex?
No.
You know 100 Gex?
I don't. I'm you
got nothing from
I
this
listen,
side.
I listen to the Rolling Stones and the Velvet Underground.
Good. Thank God.
No, I was actually listening to Keen Baby today a lot. That song, you know that one? Orange. I forget what it's called.
Maybe. I think so. I'm not sure. But I'm bad with names. Really bad with names.
Me too. I think I might have even got his name wrong. I'll look it up real quick.
But yeah, I've been listening to a lot of different people. But hyperpop is weird because I know a lot of people
Baby Keem.
Baby Keem. Okay.
Baby Keem, yeah. Orange Soda, that song.
Okay.
That one.
Yeah, I've hyperpop is weirdly. Also, I made a hyperpop song with somebody the other day. That didn't come out because of just logistical issues. But yeah, which I don't listen to that for lyrics. I listen to it to how it makes you feel. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of balancing of trying to figure out.
What is it? Fast pop? What makes it?
I don't know the exact definition, but if you want to go, let's just put hyperpop. It's 100 Gex. It's very much crunchy, crunchy electric, very fast beat music, I guess. And there's a lot of always voice changers and stuff like that. But
right, so real technological.
Very technological.
Yeah.
You can record on your phone and just put it in a program and do everything there and just make an entire song on your computer instead of actually having
on your phone.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised if someone would be able to do that.
So are you gonna make an album and put it out on iTunes and that kind of thing, veer off of just being on TikTok and just do a proper record and
Definitely.
go on tour and all that?
That's the dream. I think right now because of COVID, things are a little all over the place. Where I know I'm gonna drop the single, I'm gonna drop an EP, and then we're gonna have plans to do a whole album. But we're also talking to record labels and stuff like that to see who wants what or what's gonna go down. But I want to have an album so bad. I have so many ideas, and I haven't even have a music video out, which is crazy because everyone's you're the visual person. You should have a music video.
Yeah, why don't you make one for Mile High?
I wanted to.
Didn't we talk about it?
We talked about it.
In an airplane.
It sucks. It's COVID.
Right.
Trying to get people to come together and make at least a somewhat
that's gonna end
good.
soon. I think.
Oh, I know. I hope so. But the minute that that's done, I have so many ideas to projects and like even creating like an art collective of like all these different artists and stuff like that. So really exciting.
Do you work on songs in a similar fashion as you work on videos? Like, do you have a writing ethic, or do you write lyrics all the time or anything like that?
I go through phases. So I will have an idea, like maybe like a one sentence, and I'll just like write the whole song without even thinking about like beats, just like the melody. And then other days I'll like go maybe with like a producer somewhere, and they'll just like play something. I'm like, okay, I'll just make it up on the spot. Like my recent song, that's literally, I just made everything up on the spot. And so it depends, but it's very different for my videos. For my videos, I just kind of sit there and I'm like, this will be cool, and I just film it. And like it goes how I want it to go usually. So
I do that same approach with music. I'm just like, oh, this will be cool.
yeah.
You know?
Like I hate fixating and thinking too much about it, because then I feel like you're going to hear the tension in my voice, or like the tension in like the lyrics, instead of like it being like free and just out there.
You have to figure out that balance of like disengaging the wrong part of your mind and letting the unconscious come out, but then shaping it with your mind. But if it's all in your mind, it becomes like a dark rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, no.
It's torture.
And then everything sounds bad.
Yeah, and it's terrible.
Yeah. And like everyone else hears it like, this sounds amazing. You're like, no, it's not. No, never.
I've been working on a new project and just going into it like it's a new band, and they're sending me music to sing and write songs over, like just the top line or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
And I just approach it where like this Brian Eno trick, which is as soon you don't listen to it at all before you're recording. So you set up the vocal mic and you press play and record, and then you react in real time to it. And that's like that's a way of like yeah, like kind of kicking your mind out of the equation.
I've done that a couple of times actually, because it's more satisfying. Because like when you actually get something that like works really well, it's like sublime. Yeah,
and just to not be like, to not overthink it, to not pressure yourself to make sure it's good. Like not, just turn the critic off.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I'm
my biggest critic. I will listen to things over and over and over again and somehow find something that sounds off, and everyone's like, it's perfectly pitched, you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, on this project I'm working on, like some of the, like I'm writing these lyrics and I'm just being workmanlike about it. Like I got to get this done. And there'll be like lines where I'm just like, okay, that's probably a throwaway one that I'll like change later, and then when I like step away from it and come back to it 2 weeks later or something, those will be my favorite lines on it.
Yeah. That's always so good, though.
It's a vulnerability.
Yeah. I love stepping away and coming back to things, though. Yeah. It's always so much better.
There's power in vulnerability.
Definitely.
Yeah. I guess that's the part about being yourself.
Yeah, of course.
It's a self-esteem issue, all this stuff.
I don't have self-esteem issues. That's what I tell myself.
Really?
Because I think for me, I go by like fake it till you make it, because everyone's like, how are you so confident? How are you so like okay with being like vulnerable and stuff, and like just putting yourself out online? It's like, I don't care. Like, I don't care what other people think of me. I don't care if someone doesn't like me. I'm happy with myself. And if you want to join me on that ride, awesome. Just like,
what kind of practices do you do to get yourself in that place? Do you meditate? Do you like go on a run?
I actually practice the law of attraction. I love that. I love manifesting. It's
Abraham Hicks.
Yep.
Do you listen to? Listen to her?
Yes.
Or them?
Them. But yeah, I also like do like a lot of like sleep meditation stuff too. Like I'll listen to like a lot of things like affirmations and whatnot.
While you're sleeping. I do that too.
It helped my insomnia like so much. So that's why I continue to do it.
Which ones do you like?
I found this one guy called Doxy, which is like such a random dude, but he has like 3-hour ones and I pass out before them, and they're just, his voice just sounds.
Doxy. I gotta check him out.
Yeah, he has like a picture of a dachshund. That's why it's like Doxy. Okay. But like they're pretty good. I mean, I like to think that's how I got like my job that I have now, is because I manifested for like 2 years that I wanted to like do something in the entertainment business, and then all of a sudden it happened, and I was like,
Yeah.
Crazy.
I believe in that.
I believe in it.
But what sucks about believing in that is when you go through periods of like self-destruction and you're not on that, and then you're like, no, I'm manifesting dark shit now.
Yep. No, I think we've all been through that.
Yeah. So was it specific ones that were like, you're gonna be famous?
No, I think
you're amazing.
No, I think
asking for a friend.
People are gonna love you.
I think it was funny because it was like there was one specific one of like getting the job that you want, and it would just be like, imagine yourself that you have this job already. What would you do? What would be the outcome? How would you do this? And it'd be like, just imagine that you have this job, and it would just like consistently talk about that. Or if it's like creating wealth, be like, imagine yourself successful. How would that look for you? Blah blah blah. So
mainly, how does it feel? Like you're supposed to be able to feel the future.
Oh yeah.
That you want to create. It's a tall order sometimes.
It is. But I mean, I should probably do it more than I should. I want to get into like meditation, but like honestly, my schedule's kind of crazy right now where I'm like, I can't fit it in, but I know I could. It's just waking up early.
Well, supposedly it creates more time.
Yeah.
You know, the time that you spend, if you spend 15 minutes meditating, you know, it actually gives you more time.
Which is, I should do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. Just when it comes to, I just don't care anymore when everybody thinks of me.
Yeah.
Which is like a weird sentiment to have, but
is that genuine? I mean, on some level you must care.
Oh, there's always like that one level of like, you should care about what people think of you, because like obviously you want to be aware of that, because then that turns into like egotistical and like what self-love, like crazy stuff. But like I think down to the nitty-gritty, if I want to go out looking a certain way and someone gives me a good like weird look, that's not gonna affect my day like how it would like somebody who's really like down on themselves or like very insecure. Because I just realized I'm like, I can't waste time focusing what everyone else wants me to look like or talk like or act like, because I'm happy and like I've done this much this far by trusting in myself. So yeah, I still do care obviously, but it's more like when I say I don't care, it's more like I just don't care about what these people give so much a damn about. Like,
right. Well, you're reminding yourself to not let that limit you.
Yeah. No, exactly. Because the minute that you let people tell you all this stuff about yourself and you start believing it, that's where it goes wrong. So
yeah, it's like you have to arrive at a place of self-validation in this world of external validation. I mean, TikTok embodies external validation. It also embodies self-validation.
It's a very weird seesaw. Like, it's very odd.
Strange. Why do you think humans evolved into this?
I don't know, but it's so scary. They like, it's crazy because like someone could have one video about this one skincare thing that worked for them, right? So it will sell out in minutes, even though it's not going to work for everyone because it's a very specific thing. But like people just reach for it because they care so much about like, oh, I have to look this way or I have to act this way, or you know, it's so weird. They just kind of made a little breeding ground of like insecure people on TikTok, which is scary.
Yeah. Have you developed armor against envy of your peers, or envy? Like has envy reared its ugly head in your world?
Oh, for sure. I think I've definitely lost a few friendships because of that, which was like weird. But then I came to realize if you're really that jealous of me, I don't know how I can help you because I'm just doing what I'm doing.
It still breaks your heart though.
Oh, a little bit. But like to me, it's like if you're not going to be willing to support me and like be happy for me and you don't want to see me grow, then why would I put so much effort into someone that's like genuinely just envies me all the time? You know, it's like balancing relationships and trying to decide what's worth like having and what's not, what's actually going to damage you in the end, if that makes sense. But like I've run into like those people that are like people from my high school that message me like, when did you get so famous? Oh my God, remember when we used to talk? I'm like, you literally bullied me in high school. Go away. Right. What are you talking about? But yeah,
I was listening to this one, like some motivational video. I think it was like Tyrese Gibbons or something. I don't know, but he was like making this point, like, stop hanging out with fake friends. Like when you walk into a room and one of your like quote unquote friend say, I see you out there making money, like, or whatever. Like, he was like, they don't like you. They're mad, you know, it's like.
Yeah, I could see that though.
Yeah, I thought that stuck in my mind for some reason.
Yeah.
Because you can't walk around paranoid either, or like, or also judgmental of others as well. But, you know, humans are just delicate creatures at the end of the day.
No, for sure.
You know?
I don't know. I think I've just built like a very thick shell.
Yeah.
That's, I think, the best way to explain it.
I think you need it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's not a bad thing as long as you can still have empathy and love.
Oh, yeah. Which I do have, guys. I'm not crazy, I promise. Like, I'm not like some psycho. I still care about things and love people and have feelings. But
do you ever check out NPD videos, narcissistic personality disorder?
Oh, yeah, I've seen those. I mean, I think
that's a huge
problem now.
Well, it's a huge culture on YouTube as well. I don't know.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, there's tons of them, you know, and just
crazy.
The whole premise about people that put on a mask and their real intention is to destroy you.
See, that's what's crazy is like when I think about some of my friends or people that I know why they joined TikTok is because they wanted to be TikTok famous. I wanted to be in the entertainment industry because I wanted to be able to like live a job or have a job where I can live almost anywhere. I live somewhere cool and like make money. Mm-hmm. But like it wasn't because I'm like I needed to be TikTok famous. I literally joined because I wanted to show off Japan and my parents. So I had like good intentions. And then it like everybody joining TikTok now is like wanting to be famous. And I think that that's the worst intention ever because like that just goes through your head and then they turn into like this person that's like online personality versus because I've met sorry, I'm just rambling.
That's what this is. It's
I know. I always get told all.
Talk and ramble.
But I met some people at Playlist that shocked me and how different they are in real life versus what they're like online.
Playlist?
It's like a convention where a bunch of creators go and like they do meet and greets and they meet with fans and stuff like that. And I wasn't invited. I just went because all my friends went. I didn't realize I had that many fans. That was like the first time I had like lines of people ask for like my picture. I was like, this is crazy. And some people were very inappropriate and rude, but that's on them. But yeah, some of these creators I saw, like I was shocked with how different they were and like how they would talk to me as if I was a nobody. And they'd be like, so what are you here for? And I'm like, I do TikTok. They're like, what's your at? And I show them and I have more followers than them. And then all of a sudden they switch and they're like, oh my God, I love your videos. I was like, you didn't know me 2 seconds ago. How did this happen?
Right.
It happens in every industry.
It's crazy. Yeah. No, it's crazy, but
it's
it's
called
like
humanity 101
exactly.
right there. That's
Except with TikTok, there's an actual number.
It's a number,
yes.
and it's like
it's
having that happen right in front
but
of
with
you.
Musicians, unless you're Springsteen, the scale is not immediate.
Yeah.
Well, how big you are.
The judgment with musicians too isn't solely based on numbers, or at least it didn't used to be.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like you could be
it's more
like,
respect.
well, yeah, you could just be somebody that people respected, and maybe you didn't have that big of a following, but people still treated you a certain kind. In this new day and age, it's like so numbers, it's so hard.
It's crazy.
You know?
Yeah.
Like that just reminded me of something of like what I was talking about earlier is that there's like a new surge of like TikTok musicians, right? And they'll like blow up. And instantaneously they'd get like 10 million like monthly listeners on Spotify. Mm-hmm. And like their song will get 60 million streams. But then you have someone who's like, on top of my head, like Rico Nasty has like maybe like 4 million monthly listeners. Mm-hmm. But she is respected. She is like in there. And people are going to
I wrote a song with her and Grandma.
Oh, you wrote that song with them?
Well, I wrote part of that song.
I met Rico.
What's that song called again? Do you remember?
The one I wrote? That one?
Oh my God, now it's not on the top of my head. I literally know the lyrics too. He's going to kill you. I love you, Liam. Sorry. Stop and grind. Stomp and grind. See,
right.
I got it.
Yeah, I co-wrote that with them.
Oh, I love Rico.
Yeah, that's a great track.
But like,
check that one out. Stomp and grind.
it's really good.
Yeah.
How do you spell Rico?
Rico.
RICO.
Nasty.
Nice.
That's Janet Jackson. If you know what's that lyric?
I don't even know.
You don't remember?
Not a Janet fan over here. Sorry.
All right.
But what was it saying?
It's Janet, Miss Jackson. If you're nasty, that's the line.
But back to what I was saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, not that like one of these like, you know, influencer singers, they're not respected, but like they instantly got numbers, right? And they're like, how does she have however many followers and this person like Rico Nasty only has this much? And like, it doesn't really matter because at least she has like respect and basically like a good core of people that like follow her diligently. This was more of like I don't know,
a one-hit wonder.
One-hit
so
wonder.
far.
And like I've seen people who, this one guy, he had like 178 million streams on a song, and I heard his album and I was disappointed because it just didn't sound anything like the one-hit wonder, right? So it was like, God, and they have so many like monthly listeners, but it's like TikTok kind of just created this numbers thing. But I don't know. At least like there's still respect in like music, I think, at least.
Yeah.
But
Well, there's longevity. I mean, it's similar to how it's always been, though. There's always been huge pop, even like in, you know, all along the way, there's been one-hit wonders and stuff like that. So that's not new.
But they're just, the thing is that because they're influencers and they get those views and they get those streams, they're just going to keep making music again and again and again and again. It's either going to be really mediocre or they get better.
Yeah.
But for a lot of these people, I know it's a cash grab, which like
But
hurts
they're
me.
also on the same conveyor belt as everyone else is. It's like it's tough when you get that much success because then everything after that you compare to it and it can drive you down.
Yep. So
You know,
it's a weird.
It's a double-edged sword.
It is. I just hope, you know, people listen to my music.
That's why you ultimately have to get into the isness of everything. The
Yeah.
I am, like, you know. Do you ever hear this guy Muji?
That sounds really familiar.
He's like a guru on YouTube, but he's really cool. I've been checking him out lately.
Yeah.
And it's just all about being in the present moment and just like taking your mind and your thoughts and just putting them away and what's with you that's been with you the whole time. Like you know, you go through all these changes as a human being, but there's some part of you that has been unchanging throughout the whole journey from when you were a little girl to now. And if you identify and you sort of focus your identity on that part of you, that consciousness that's the same within all of us, and you start identifying with that more and more and just being in the present moment, that's the whole premise of it, is like self-discovery, like self-inquiry, like inquiring about what you actually are, the part of you that is immune to likes and all those kind of things. Like that's, you know, I feel I get a lot of comfort in focusing on those kind of things more and more. But you only arrive at needing to do that from trauma. Like, because if everything's like coasting along and you're doing great, it's fun to identify with your externals at that point, because your externals are a blast.
Yeah.
It's only when the externals turn on you and it seems like this is bad, but actually that's maybe the biggest gift, because that forces you to go to what's like, you know, what's actually true. You know, just going into a little deep moment there.
Yeah, I'm like thinking, like I'm really just
know?
sitting there, like, wow.
Yeah.
A lot of thoughts in my head right now.
Well, ultimately, that's what I think enlightenment is. If you can arrive at that space and stay there, you know, because ultimately, you know, the material world is deeply insecure. Like, and all these things are deeply insecure, you know. And you can be riding high on them for a while, but eventually things will change, and you'll still be there. But it's good news, because, you know, the isness or whatever, the I am, is like actually wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sitting there just like taking it all in, like, wow, I actually should think about these things, and I'm like, I have nothing to say.
Well, you will. I mean, you will. It's like, you know, I mean, you can't avoid it eventually, especially if you're somebody who's a searcher, which I think you are. You know, I mean, your success comes from that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You know. Sorry, I didn't mean to bum
it was
everybody
so cool.
out.
I'm not even bummed out. I'm just like thinking.
And
Scene. Thanks,
And
guys.
scene.
No, yeah, that's. I feel like a lot of people can learn from that, especially like for my job, because I feel like they just get overtaken by like material things and like external things all the time that they never, they just miss that one part of them. And that's when they start losing like parts of their sanity, I feel like.
Yeah.
But,
well, if you identify solely with the material plane and you know, externals, yeah, it's designed to drive you insane because it's ever changing and insecure. You can't build a house on water.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just made that up. I don't know.
You could probably.
You probably could, but like, you know, you're the isness is where like you're you know, that's where you can root yourself and be like, you know, sort of immune to all the externals.
Yeah. Thinking. Sorry.
It's all
like,
good.
Wow.
You could make a TikTok about that. The isness.
Isness. It's like anytime someone mentions something like that to me, I literally sit there and I'm like, I just can't even talk. I just think, and I'm like, yes, I agree.
Mind your own business. Focus on the isness.
You should make that.
I'm gonna make that.
Yeah, just,
maybe that'll be my
cut and
next.
clean.
Yeah.
That's it. That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
People will use it.
Yeah.
Oh, God, TikTok.
You're looking at me puzzled.
I'm good.
What, did I say something wrong?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
I've been doing that lately, though. Just refocusing. Like, I went on a long walk last night and was just like, you know, trying to get out of bad habits and just like wasting time and get out of procrastination and just like challenging yourself to, you know, to get rid of the habits you know aren't serving you. You know, it's the same thing you were talking about with like what you do with mantras and like and manifesting. It's the same thing.
Oh yeah. No, I need to get out of a lot of bad habits.
Join that club.
Right.
And the older you get, the worse it is. Because when you're younger, you can be like, okay, well, whatever. I'm this age. But when you get to be my age and you're still like up to weird shenanigans, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
I feel so old, and I know I'm not old. I know I'm only 23.
Right.
And it's like, I'm sitting here.
It's nothing.
I know, like, it's so weird because like you have these kids like blowing up everywhere. Like they're literally like 16 and they have a Lamborghini, and it's so weird.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting here and I'm just like, yeah, I should probably wake up at 8 o'clock, not 2 o'clock. Sometimes I do that, but we're gonna keep it on a tight schedule, guys. It's just it's so weird. Yeah, hopefully moving to New York, that'll help me a little bit because I know I'm gonna be working a lot more and have to keep my shit together.
I've done that this week. I've made a pact with myself to get up at like 7 in the morning every morning, and mostly been doing good with it. But like last night, for instance, I couldn't sleep. But since I set my like intention to wake up early, I still wake up early.
Yeah.
So I'm dealing with low sleep, which is probably why I got all into the isness.
Isn't it? Your mind just kind of like
my mind goes to the isness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. No, I mean, I used to wake up at like 4:30. This is like when I lived in Germany when I was dancing. I used to wake up like 4:30, get ready, go to the gym, do that, then go to dance class all day, and like get finished at like 9 or 10. Cook, go to bed, start over like 6 days a week.
Right.
And like it was hell. And now I'm just kind of like living those like teenage phase where like I just sleep in and like I don't care.
That's okay sometimes
like,
too, though, because that nighttime energy is good too.
Oh
like,
yeah.
You know, especially as a creative, it's like I think approaching it in different ways is not bad. You know, I used to just do most of my recording and writing super late into the night. Like I'd be up till 5 in the morning and then I'd sleep till 2, but I'd be really productive. But you know, then you want to challenge yourself to like to explore different avenues and different ways of being in the world.
No, I remember some of my best work was like I would like I would start a makeup look at like 12 and I'd be like, okay, I'll just do this for an hour and then go to bed, and then I'd stay up and like do crazy videos and then go to bed at 4 and then have to wake up at like 8 because I was still like with my mom at the time, and she'd be like, you have to wake up at 8. That's what normal people do. So I'd have like 4 hours of sleep. Be normal. And I would have 4 hours of sleep and wake up. I'm like, good morning. I'm totally. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, I totally slept a full 8 hours. And then just do it over again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Nighttime's just a great place to like create stuff.
It really is.
It's like so quiet. That's what I feel like. Everyone's like sleeping. You just kind of have the world to yourself, and you just can like push out some great stuff.
But you know, I was, you know that guy Childish Gambino, Danny Glover. Yeah,
Who doesn't?
Yeah, everybody knows who he is. But and he's just insanely talented across many.
He's
amazing.
I mean, he's amazing.
Yeah, it's wild. But I read an interview with him where he was talking about writing. His theory was writing songs right when he first woke up, like wake up really early.
Oh shit!
And I tried that, inspired by him, and it really did work. It was a similar thing. It's just like somehow when you're like first thing out of bed and you start writing, you know, or morning pages. Have you ever heard of that? Morning pages, and where you write just 3 pages of gibberish and stuff like that.
Yeah. Wait, that would actually be a really cool idea.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's it, from The Artist's Way. It's a book. I think Cameron is her last name. Janet Cameron, maybe. I might be getting that name wrong, but the morning pages where you just write 3 pages of gibberish first thing, and then the idea being that it helps you write like when then you try to write a poem later, you're kind of more tapped in. And it's worked out for me, that kind of stuff.
Do you write any poetry?
Oh yeah. In fact, you do too?
Yeah, I love poetry.
Me too.
It's like my all-time favorite thing now, which is crazy because I never thought I could write, but then I was like, oh, I'm good at this.
Yeah, I wrote one last night on my walk. It's short. I'll read it to you.
Let's hear it. Yes.
It's real short. It's very isness related, so I posted it. I wrote this one today. You are in the future now, or is it now? No, it's now. That's that one.
Yay!
This one's called The Final Blossom. This is what I wrote last night. Strength is a heart that is full of trust. Faith is the anchor of power. Hope the blueprint of courage. Allow your mistakes to center you in love immortal, and then eternity is yours to make laughter the final blossom.
That's pretty. I like that.
That's nice, right?
That's nice. That's nice. I
Be
like
on a
it.
tea bag or something.
You just like you
And a
look.
fortune
Oh,
cookie.
It's a fortune cookie.
oh it's
The
so
first
funny.
one was definitely a fortune cookie.
Yeah.
So you write poetry, huh?
I kind of do this weird thing where it's like it's probably not considered poetry because it's not like perfectly structured as poetry, but like I do these journal entries, but they're very like cryptic, and sometimes they'll be really short, sometimes they'll be really really long. But a lot of those things I take, like my poetry, I take that and I turn it into like music. So that's like why I do it so often. And like I used to do this thing where I would listen to classical music and I'd force myself to like write the entire song. So it'd be like 10 minutes or something, but I would still
That's
like
a great practice.
yeah, and I would do that, and then I would read it out loud with the song playing, and then it would kind of sound like a song. So I would take parts of like certain like lines and whatnot, and like kind of mash it into a song. But yeah, I love writing. I think that was like one of the few things I totally forgot that I was good at, like in school, was writing. And then when I like started writing more music, I was like, oh, that's just what I did in school, but like
Right.
different, like awesome. But I love poetry. I have I can't remember what author's my favorite. I always forget her name.
Anne Sexton,
No, she's
Sylvia Plath,
she does a lot of. She did this one.
Adrienne Rich.
No, it's something. I think it's Lang. I can't remember if her last name's Lang, but she did. I think her husband's also like a writer, and she did the series where she would write one book for him, and it would be like through phases of like love throughout like life, and then he also wrote one like about her, and they're beautiful and they're like perfect.
That's nice. I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's very short. It's very like to the point, but some of them I was sitting on the plane. I read the whole book. Some old man was sitting next to me. I was like crying. I was like, oh my God. But I take a lot of inspiration from her, from like how she writes. And I can't remember her name, for the love of God.
Something Lang.
Something Lang. I know what her books look like. They're like very beautiful. They're like always a pretty color and has like a picture of this like little girl. But yeah.
Are you going to make a book?
I mean, one day that would be nice. Because I actually.
Good idea right now.
Right now?
Hell
I
yeah.
feel like I'm
Rimbaud
not-
wrote all these amazing poems. He was 17.
I don't feel like I'm like developed enough. I feel like I need more experience in like life to write something that's like meaningful. But I know that's not true. But like
That's not
that's
true.
kind of how I see it. But
That's not true.
But I used to do these like live streams like really late at night when I was feeling kind of like sad, and I'd be like, okay guys, we're gonna read through my journal poetry book, and I would just read
poems,
and they're like, why is this so emotional right now? It's like, why is this really good? I'm like, yeah. And people have said like I should release a book, but like maybe
I think you should.
It would be like very small, like a little pamphlet probably. I'd be too scared to write anything huge.
Well, one of the things I want to do is like make, like when I think of making TikToks or like even like doing like sort of poetry things within that field. What do you think about that?
There's a whole community that is like poetry.
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, even like my friend Maud, they are one of the best writers, and they will do like a visual look that matches like their poetry, and then they would read it out loud, and then that's it. That's the video. But people loved it and took it really well because it was like some new art form, even though it's not really new, but it's more accessible because it's on TikTok.
Yeah.
So there's a huge poetry. There's like people that review poetry. There's people that like do it for their art. They're like, it's great. I would say go for it.
Yeah.
We almost did that 12 years ago. You remember you were going to read poetry and we were going to film it, and
yeah,
just you could do it on your own right now.
I'm going to do it. Man, so that's what I love about all this stuff is it does open up, like, you know, you could, you know, there's obviously all these negatives attached to it, like what we were discussing, some of the potential pitfalls of all this kind of focusing on the external and all that. But I do love it for the fact that it's expanding what art is.
Yes.
You know, it's very Andy Warhol.
Yeah, a little bit.
The whole thing.
I think so. I mean, I know people that would create minute-long films, and they would do series and build off of that and do characters and like even like do a whole set design for something on TikTok. Like trying to explain a whole story in a minute is crazy, but they hit it perfectly. And I feel like that probably wouldn't have happened if it weren't for platforms like TikTok,
right?
And just starting this new like era of artists and like merging everybody together and like collaborations and stuff like that too. So it's really interesting. It's
expansive. I think of Andy Warhol, like his film, The Empire. I think it's, I don't know what it's called, but Empire State Building. It's just the Empire State Building for like 8 hours, you know. And when he would talk about like, you know, like
I watched that.
He was just like he's like, editing is too hard. So like his approach was like, this
I guess,
I'm just,
you know what? Yeah, that
like
kind of makes a point though.
Yeah, well, he, you know, obviously he's like, you know,
well, it's Andy Warhol.
Well, nudging convention all the time.
For sure.
Or slashing convention. But man, what else? What we've have we covered it all?
We covered more than I thought we would cover. It was great.
yeah. I'm not surprised.
Why? Really?
No, because I met you and I know you have a big soul, you know. So
I have a big soul.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm always so nervous to do like stuff like this because I'm like, I'm gonna stumble on my words and sound dumb at one point, but like I'll catch up. I'll do something good.
Listen, how many have we? What number is this?
114 or 115.
Dang.
I'm not sure.
And I'm still nervous. You know, so you know, you never get used to it.
But thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
no, it was so much fun.
Yeah, you really were. And inspiring, definitely.
Really? Oh,
absolutely.
Thank you.
Which is the most important thing.
That means a lot coming from you.
Hey, one other question though.
Yes.
So I didn't know about that you were a ballerina.
Yeah.
So have you made any TikToks around that?
I used to a while back, like a year ago. I would like dance to songs that aren't like technically ballet music and dance ballet to it or whatever. But it was like I wasn't dancing at the time. Like I still don't dance, but like I was in Germany training at like a state school. Like I wasn't like I did a dance class when I was 7.
Right, so you got skills.
Oh, I do have skills.
So I mean, I would think that would be huge.
Oh yeah, but like
just use it in a music video.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like actually using that because I love to dance, and a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people didn't know I could sing too, so that was also random for everyone. They're like, "Why can you do everything?" I said, "Well, I don't know," but it was pretty good. I wanted to be a choreographer. So
yeah, well, there's still time. You can do it all.
Maybe.
The other thing with that though, one point is I think what people love about TikTok and those mediums is it invites everybody in to like the fact that lip syncing, for instance, has now become
huge.
A huge art form. That some people are really good at it and other people not so much. It's actually like you can actually tell the difference.
Yeah.
But it's like something like even with dancing, it has to be almost like a dance that all people can do in a way.
Oh yeah.
Like, so if you then showed off like serious ballerina chops,
some people
that might actually not work in that realm.
For sure, because like I've
right?
seen that happen, and like there's people that blow up because they are very beautiful dancers and they have like great extension. They do stuff that like the normal body couldn't, so that's why they're so interested in it. But I think the reason why like these TikTok dances are so popular is because everyone can do them and they're fun.
Right.
Like I made a TikTok dance that like went viral apparently, and like I didn't even know because I did it like 4 months ago, and then all of a sudden these 2 girls from some famous like TikTok house did it, and I was like, okay, and they credited me, and then my whole channel like was like filled with people just doing this dance, and it was the most easiest dance I've ever done.
That's got to be fun as hell when that
happens. So funny. It was funny because like the actual like the artist of the song, like he shouted out the girls that like did my dance instead of me. And
like,
we were,
hey, wait a minute.
No, I was like, hold on. I said, this is my dance, dude. And then he made a new video. He's like, I'm so sorry. She's the creator of the dance. And it was funny. But
that's good.
yeah,
It's
TikTok.
good you stood up for yourself with that.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is I have so many of my videos stolen from me all the time. And when that happens, I either let go or I'm like, actually, that's my idea. You stole it. Like, this is too close to my video. Not even like a trend, like a complete like fake makeup crazy thing. They'll copy it to the T. And I'm like,
it's not wild when people just like dead on copy.
It's bold. Like, it's bold.
I feel like it's fine to be inspired by. And even like I like to wear influences on my sleeve. I like when I wear influences on my sleeve, I feel like it's a show of confidence in my own individuality. Like I don't view it like it's in a way I feel like it's just kind of confident almost. But to completely copy is crazy.
It's sad. I've had a lot of people do that before, and I usually don't like comment or say anything because I'm like, you know what, my video's bigger, I don't care. But some of them really bothered me because it was like too close, where I was like, dude, I created this whole entire scene, character, makeup, and you just took it and didn't credit me.
You know,
but it's whatever. It's TikTok.
It's whatever. It's TikTok.
It's TikTok.
It's life on planet Earth.
Literally.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
what's
thank
your
you
sweater
so
say? Wasted Paris.
I thought it was Westeros. Like
no, somebody sent
the side.
It's neat.
They sent me this, just some company. So.
Looks good.
Thank you so much.
All right, Ehud, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Follow us on
Support
social
us
media.
on Patreon.
Yeah, support us on Patreon. You want to give your socials out?
Yeah, follow me on TikTok at SALINA KILLA, Instagram SALINA KILLA, Twitter SALINA_KILLA. That's about it. And my music, SALINA KILLA.
Great. All right, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, this is Joseph Arthur. Thanks for checking out Come to Where I'm From. Please support us on Patreon, patreon.com/come to where I'm from. We are an independent podcast, and any contributions you can make are greatly appreciated.